Good morning, Brokebot Nation. This is Remi in the AM, a podcast for all you early morning risers. And if you're anything like me, you're already on your fifth cup of coffee, or your fifth line of cocaine. Whatever gets you up and moving in the morning, you do you, you crazy cokehead. But just so we're clear, hugs not drugs, people. But could you imagine like a Folgers coffee commercial? Like instead, it's like a cocaine commercial. Like that happy-go-lucky Folgers theme song and just like cocaine. Anywho, welcome to Remi and the AM. It's Saturday, March 9th, and I am trying my hardest to be productive. So first things first, let's get some updates out. I know Cake and I have been slacking and getting things done, but we're hoping to get things finished up this month to be on a regular schedule for later shows down the road. Last month we attended UchiCon on February 9th. We had a great time talking with everyone and taking pictures, and we're sorry we haven't gotten that show out. That's like 100% my fault because it's all on my phone and my editing systems and recording systems don't play nice with each other. Also, I'm really sorry about my heater in the background, guys. But my editing systems don't play nice with each other, and so I end up having a recording in one program and then not being able to move it to another program, and then like having to download all of it off of my phone onto my computer or upload it to my email and then download it. It was a mess. So I was attempting to get that loaded all onto my computer, and I just have to kind of putz around with it for a minute. But like I said, it was 100% my fault. I was editing everything on my phone, and so it just took a little bit. So I'm really sorry about that. The pictures, however, from UchiCon have been uploaded to Facebook. I just finished most of them yesterday with captions and anything that needed to be included under it. However, I did lose a page out of my notebook. So if your photo does not have information above it with your information that you gave to me, I am sorry. It was probably on that page that got ripped out. So if you see your picture and there's nothing on it, go into the comment section and leave a comment with what should be included in it, because I want to give you the mention that you deserve. So just let me know if something needs to be changed or added in. But anywho, on the topic of conventions, we are doing another convention. We're going to KuroshiCon at NIU on April 20th. That's in DeKalb, Illinois, 60115 out by us. We will have new keychains we'll be handing out. We'll be doing another show while we're there, playing some more games as well as photos. We'd love to talk with you, so please find us and say hi. After that, in May, I know I will be attending ASUN. I'm hoping that Cake will be there with me. However, I know she has a little bit of a different schedule, so I don't know for sure. But she is my other half, and I'm just not me without her. I know I'm super codependent. Get over it. At ASIN, we'll be handing out keychains as well, and hopefully a few giveaways. If Cake is not there with me, most likely tech support will be. If he's not there with me, it will just be a rather drunk Remi running around talking with people. And getting more drunk. So it should be for a good show. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention is down the road we will be doing trivia questions for chances to win prizes during the show. So we'll ask a few questions here and there. If you're able to hunt down the answer, if you know the answer, shoot us a message. Get a hold of us with whatever the parameters of the contest for that show are. So listen to the show for your chance to win some fun shit. With all that taken care of, let's jump into the actual show. Once again, thank you for joining me with Remi in the AM. So, guys, all right, I have recorded 4 times now. I started at 6 a.m. and it has taken me till, 1 o'clock today to do this. I'm a little frustrated with myself. But that also goes back to the issue I was having with editing. I can't freaking get, when I have a recording, I can't pull it off of that program and move it to a different one to edit it, which really sucks a lot. So we're going to try this method. Hope it works. Probably not going to work. I'm going to be really angry, but hopefully it works. So yeah. So I just recently watched Tokyo Ghoul the past 2 weekends. And it was an anime that I had been avoiding for many years because I knew it was going to be a good anime. Like, I was already aware of that. It wasn't a question of, oh, is this going to be any good? Should I bother wasting my time with it? No, it was a question of how much is this going to bother me? I don't do very well with animes that are super in depth and super shady. Like, for example, Speed Grapher is on that list of really well done animes. Touches on shady topics. And it gets under my skin because I know things like that out there exist. Like, nobody wants to think about the fact that dogfighting rings exist, but they do. Nobody wants to think about that. Unless you're the person that's helping stop that, then kudos on you. You're a wonderful person. Or like children in bad homes. Like, it's shit you don't want to think about. You know it exists. You can't do anything at that given point to change it. You just have to kind of deal with it. And that's kind of where I find myself with the really good animes, is they touch on a lot of things that it's like, okay, I know that exists, and now I'm super depressed about it because I can't really do anything about it. And I knew Tokyo Ghoul was going to be exactly like that. Dead Man Wonderland was like that. Not saying that, like, there's a like a jail in Japan somewhere, a prison in Japan, that they're forcing their inmates to fight each other to the death, essentially, and, like, doing experiments on kids. And I'm not saying that's out there. I'm just saying it just doesn't sit well with me. Like, the whole, like, torturing a prisoner just to torture a prisoner. Like, that does not sit well with me. Things that, like, of that nature. Anywho, but I really enjoyed Tokyo Ghoul. It was a really great anime. I would talk about it today if I wasn't planning on doing that with Cake on Tuesday. So I have to kind of move over to something else to talk about. And I was up debating between whether or not I wanted it to be super serious today or just kind of like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Listen to me and talk with me. So you can always comment about anything I talk about in the comment section. You can always email us, whatever you want to do. We will have a phone line that you can call in on later down the road. But today I was just thinking about touching on an easy topic of the stigma attached to anime fans and anime conventions and things that go along with it. I have always had to defend my interest in anime unless I knew for sure and for certain that, oh, come on, I turned the heater off. Why is it back on? So sorry if you can hear my heater coming through. But I've always had to defend myself, be it against my brothers, thinking it's stupid, or people I meet thinking it's stupid, whatever it may be. And if you're an anime fan, at some point in your life, you have most likely gotten the comment of, hey, I like anime. Oh, you like cartoons? Motherfucker, no. Like, no. I mean, like, yes, I personally like cartoons, but that's a different story. Like, if you ask me pretty much any questions about Fairly Odd Parents, I got you. But that's a different conversation. No, anime is in a separate category where, yes, like, it's kind of like a cartoon, but once again, we go back to something like, would you let your child watch Blood Sea? Like, There are different categories, there are different levels of age appropriateness. Cartoons, for the most part, are quirky, meant to be funny. Like, let's look at an adult cartoon of Family Guy or a children's cartoon of Chowder on Cartoon Network. Like, there are different degrees, but there's a distinct line between the two. And it drives me insane when you have to explain it every damn time. And the most irritating thing is you're explaining it to a person that most likely hasn't watched anime or has seen like one episode of like Dragon Ball Z, and they're like, ah, all fucking anime is the same, and you're like, ah, I fucking want to shoot you. But not really, because I don't think I'd do well in prison. I mean, I might. I'm a pretty solitary person. I think I'd get pretty bored pretty fast. Yeah. And I wouldn't be able to look at anime or hentai. Not saying I'm looking at hentai all the time. I'm just saying, kind of a joke. But anywho, and I had to do that at work. So, like a day or so prior to Uchikan, I had commented that I was going. And the guys at work are very much like your typical guys at work. I work in a warehouse environment, and so it's either kill or be killed. You either hold your own with their joking, or you curl up in a corner and cry your eyes out. So, but for me, I don't have a middle ground. I'm either super nice or I go for the throat with a joke and it doesn't come out well. Or like I'll joke around for a few minutes and somebody will touch on something that they didn't know bugs me and I'll get super aggressive and there's no off switch. Like I'm one of those people that I only have extremes. And so for me, I really love anime. Like it is something that anime, manga, that whole culture. It's something that I just enjoy. And so it pisses the ever living shit out of me when I comment to somebody, oh yeah, this is something I like, and somebody overhears or the person that I comment to is negative about it. Like, I like something that isn't harmful to people, is a wide variety that almost anybody can enjoy, is an accepting group of people. There's conventions to where you can go and meet different people. Like, I don't understand why it has such a negative connotation on it. Whereas something like sports, let's talk about sports for 5 seconds, because I want to point out that the men I work with are all pretty into sports. But when somebody says, oh, I like football, like, you don't sit there and go, wow, lots of fucking drugs in football, huh? Or, wow, lots of fucking guys that beat the shit out of their wives in football, huh? Or, what about that dude that beat the shit out of dogs or used them in dog fighting rings? Like, no, you don't hear that. You hear, yay, go sports team. And that's some motherfucking bullshit right there. Because sports aren't all they're cracked up to be. You pay out the ass for an athlete to run around and play a game, and people lose their damn minds. But because someone took the time to put together an animation that took them a long ass time to write it out, to get voice actors, to market it, to gain this following, I'm the bad guy for liking that. That's bullshit. And it, like I said, it pisses the shit out of me. Makes me angry. And most of the time, those people have never seen an anime, and it makes me so. I already said that, but it makes me angry. And speaking of angry, I don't know if this is like this where everybody's at, and this is like jumping off the thought track like real far. I have these geese where I work. And they're like super aggressive, like super angry, and I don't know why. I think it might be like coming up to mating season. I could be wrong on this. I don't know the mating season of geese. But that's the only like logical explanation I have, because any other time I see a damn goose, they're pretty chill, just sitting there or walking across the street. And I don't care who you are, you fucking wait for them to cross the street. They took the time to walk across the street in an orderly line. Your ass can sit for 5 seconds and wait for the damn geese and their babies to walk past. Anywho, Yeah, no, they're super aggressive lately. And like they were flying into my post today and just like attacking each other. And I feel like there must be a female in the mix. Like that's why they're like getting aggressive because it's mating season and they're like, "Ah, fuck, I'm gonna rip your feathers out and give them to her as a gift." That's my only thought process. And like a part of me was like, "Oh, I'll go outside and maybe shoo them away from the one they're beating the shit out of." And I was like, "Damn, geese are big." Like, and they've got like, I think tiny teeth, not like real teeth, but like beak teeth. I don't want to get bit. Like, it seems like a poor thing to do. But I was like, ah, maybe I can go help them settle their differences. We'll sit down, we'll have a group discussion as to why they're being an asshole, why they don't need to be an asshole, and maybe just find a feather on the ground to give the lucky goose that you like. I'm just saying, but back to people and anime and all that jazz. You know who was a surprisingly supportive of my interest in anime and manga was my grandmother. A like 70-year-old woman when I started getting interested in anime that had zero clue as to what a manga was, had no issue buying me the books. Like, I mean, like, she could see that obviously they were like comic books esque, but she never like was like, oh, you're just looking at pictures or anything negative about it. She just got me the books, asked what they were about, like super supportive. And I give her props. My grandmother was an awesome lady, like just an awesome lady. Anywho, um, so yeah, so it really bugs me when people are like that. I mean, my brothers would give me crap, and then they'd sit down and watch an anime like Elfen Light or Full Metal Alchemist and be like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. And you kind of want to punch them because you're like, yeah, been saying that. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like mainstream animes. Like, I really don't like Death Note because Death Note, and this is where I'm a little douchey, Death Note pulled a lot of people onto the anime world scene. But it was so not up to speed with better animes, but people that have given anime shit for so long and then was like, oh, no, this was a great show. I'm super into this culture now. I only know things about this one single anime. And you're like, oh, cool. So like nothing really about anything, but you just want to jump in and just be like, I'm super informed. Like that bugs me. Like, if you want to jump in and be like, hey, the first thing I've seen is Death Note, and it was good, and I like it, let's talk about it, awesome. I'm going to talk about it with you. Granted, I'm going to be on the side of it was shit, but that's just me. But then I'm going to be like, hey, why don't I introduce you to this anime? And if you say, yeah, I'm going to watch it, or yeah, I'll give it a try, awesome. I'm on board with you being here. But if you sit there and go, ah, no, that looks stupid, I'm not going to want to talk to you again. Like, it irritates me. And it's things everybody's had to deal with. And I don't think people get to talk about that too often. About, hey, you know what, I don't tell people I like anime too much. Unless you're a really good cosplayer. And then you fall into a different type of category. Like, I want to run this past you. So, after I told the guys that, yeah, I was going to a convention and they picked on me for like 30 minutes, I pointed out an anime called Queen's Blade and how people dress up, cosplay from that anime. And the guys were like, well, let me see this anime. And so I'm like, all right, I pull Queen's Blade up and they're like, wait a minute, there's women walking around dressed like this at a convention? And it's like, yeah. Like, these are pretty brave, secure women that are walking around like this, but you didn't like it 5 seconds ago because there weren't scantily clad women. Now that there are, you like it. But anywho, the point being that the women that are brave enough and confident enough to wear something like a Queen's Blade outfit, yeah, they're sure as hell gonna be like, yeah, I'm fucking into anime, look at me. I look awesome. I look amazing. Me, I put on, what was I wearing that year? I was wearing Yura of the Hair. which is for me a very revealing costume cosplay. And I was super drunk by the time I went down onto the con floor wearing it because I did not have that confidence level. Hopefully, I want to say during ASIN we'll have a cosplay put together, and then I was hoping for Chi from Chobits, but I don't know 100%, or um, Robin from Witch Hunter Robin. That would be. And on that note, cosplaying is expensive. Like, I just want to put that out there. That you get these people that are so up in arms about you liking anime or think it's stupid or whatever it may be, or that you're a cosplayer and they're like, wow, that's stupid. Cosplaying is a lifestyle. Like, it is a lifestyle. You spend so much money and time and effort. I remember when I first started trying to do cosplay back when I was like still in college, I think. And I remember, what was I trying to go as? She was from Soul Eater. Miku? I can't remember her name. But she wielded soul. Um, I haven't seen that anime in a long time, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I felt it hovered between being a kids anime and being an adult anime, and it didn't have a good ground for me. It either has to be one or the other, and generally speaking, I would go with the adult version of it. But anywho, like it was for like a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, like that age group that's not quite a teenager that can handle the mature, and that age that's still kind of on the kid side. Um, but I tried to go as her, and I had thought, well, it's a pretty simple outfit. It shouldn't be too terribly difficult. Oh my goodness, was I wrong. Like, even the simple cosplays still take time, still take a decent amount of money and effort. And I give props to everybody that is out there making that happen and looking amazing for it. Um, and I'm hoping that Cake and I will have that dedication for ASIN, or at the very least, I will have that dedication for ASIN. So yeah. Anywho, it has been a good time talking with all of you. I hope you guys enjoyed listening. Um, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Just remember that once again, we will be going to NIU for KaroshiCon on April 20th. We will also be attending ACE, and hopefully I, at the very least, will be on that. Look out for episodes. Look out for those trivia questions. And as always, I don't know if you guys know this, but we do take submissions for artwork, cosplay, whatever it may be, if it's themed within the anime, manga, gaming culture. We'd love to post it for you guys, so you can always hit us up on our inbox in Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You can always listen to us on YouTube as well. Beyond that, as always, stay tuned, stay cool, and stay loving anime.